Welcome into this player profile. Chris Kalucha here. To the right of me, I guess. That way. That way. Keegan Sell. Garrettsville Garfield running back. How you doing today, Keegan?
I'm doing good. How are you, Chris?
Good, good. So, I mean, you guys are 10-0 going into the playoffs. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I feel like one of our goals at the start of the year was just to get 1% better every week, and I feel like most of the weeks we've definitely accomplished that. And we're just looking to continue the same thing, 1 week at a time, 1% better every day, and just continue to grind.
1% better every day. I love that saying. I mean, we're both wrestlers. We our wrestling coach always said that, like, get 1% better every day, and that
Yeah.
1% builds up to 200% one day when you're at a big tournament or whatever. So back on to football. We'll talk about wrestling later. Don't I'm a wrestler, everyone. I'll be talking about wrestling. If you watch Power Hour, I'll be talking about wrestling later on because we got a pretty darn good one right here. All right, so you guys are the fifth seed going to the playoffs. You guys have a home game. How important is it to get a home game in the high school football playoffs?
I think it's really important, especially with how far some schools get. I think county that's about an hour or so away. It just depends on how fast you go. Um, but definitely because you can still get a good student section at home, and then we don't have to travel, so we can come into school a little bit later. It makes it very easy on the home team to be able to relax, go about their day normally, and yeah, it means a lot to have all those fans there. Because the farther you get, some people can't travel, some people don't have time, so it means a lot to have a home game for sure.
Yeah, it's crucial. Every playoff game, nothing's given now. I mean, it's playoff
Mhm.
time. I mean, now they've let up 16 teams, which I'm not really a big fan of. I liked it when it was 8, but I mean, with the 16 teams now, top 8 teams get a home playoff game, and so you guys get that home playoff game. That is so crucial, getting that home playoff game. People that don't know Keegan Sell, what can they expect? What can they get out of you?
Um, I would hope other people can back me up on this. I'd like to say I'm a hard worker with whatever it is. Like obviously football and wrestling, but with other stuff too. Like I like to take school seriously. Still mess around, goof off with friends when I can. But a lot of stuff. Our defensive coordinator, he has a saying, "Do everything intense." So like brush your teeth intense, and it translates to everything. So I forgot last interview I was on. I forgot it as well. The way you do anything is how you do everything. So I like that saying a lot, and I've tried to put it in my life as much as possible. So
Brushing your teeth aggressive. Do you ever like cut yourself? And I mean, I,
no, not quite, but not quite that aggressive.
all right. So regular season, your senior year came and went. Talk to me about some important things that happened through your regular season.
Ooh, well, we played our week 3. We played the first Division 1 team in school history. Came out with a big win. It was good team win, and just good for the program altogether. Um, but I think just we've grown so close together. We were already a close team, but with this off season and the regular season coming through, and how we've performed, and we've gotten better every week, and we've had some struggles. We've had some injuries, kids out for weeks. You know what I mean? Or we've had to bring younger kids up to play. So I think really the most important thing is we've just grown super close together. And I don't think any of us want the ride to end anytime soon. So
Yeah, it was with being on a good football team like you guys are, you go so close with those guys, and you have underclassmen I'm sure you're really good friends with. And last year you had
yeah,
seniors that you're really good freshmen. It's so hard to have them walk away. And season, I mean, you guys got 6 more weeks left, hopefully, getting
yeah.
down in Canton. That'd be awesome to play at. So you guys went 10-0, which is a huge accomplishment. Congrats on that. It is super hard to go undefeated. MVAC champs, how important is it to win your conference going into the playoffs?
I guess it's kind of just a momentum boost for us. Wasn't one of our biggest goals of the year. Definitely a goal for sure. I think it's a goal for everybody, but that's not the one we've been looking at. Um, like I said, we've this senior class we've won our conference 3 out of 4 years. So it's don't get me wrong, it's a great accomplishment. It means a lot to us, but we're kind of getting ready to go on to the next step and do some bigger things.
You talk about those bigger things. I can only imagine what some of those bigger things. What are those? I mean, you got to shout. You got to set your goals. What are they?
We've been breaking it down on Thanksgiving since like February. That's our goal, is to have team dinner on Thanksgiving, have turkey, stuffing, all that stuff. Um, I think that would mean a lot to us. We've been grinding for that all year. So Thanksgiving is what we're hoping for.
one of the moms from our school back when I was in high school always said how important it was to play on or practice during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's one thing you can get away from a family dinner to go practice football on Thanksgiving. So it was always huge for that. Now you're a senior, you'll be moving on next year. Who are some of the underclassmen that YSN anyone can look forward to seeing at Garrettsville Garfield?
I definitely have to say Devin Bates. Um, his older brother graduated last year. Carter Bates was a hell of a football player for us. He was a linebacker and running back. But I mean, Devin Bates is a big kid. I think he loves football. He loves contact. I think he's going to take a bigger role next year, so I'd have to go with him. Um, two guys I completely forgot about. I keep forgetting the underclassmen are Mike Hubner and Brandon Baguki. They both start. They're both lettered as freshmen, and now they're big time roles on starting both ways as sophomores, which is it's hard to do when you're an underclassman. Those two will be phenomenal players for years to come now. I have to say Colton Miller as well. He's a big kid. He just loves the game of football. If there's one way to describe Colton Miller, is big football guy, huge football guy. He loves it, and I think he's going to work to fill that role when we need him.
That's a great way to have someone describe you, a big football guy. That's awesome. So last year when we played you guys had you had the center and then your running back and quarterback were to the over the guards almost.
Yeah.
Who is the mastermind behind that offensive scheme? Because we were very confused watching film that week going into playing you guys, and we're like, how does this happen?
Well, I don't know who originally came up with it. I don't know if we've been running it since 2017, I think. I think so, yeah. So a little bit now. So we've kind of perfected it a little bit. You can always get better at it. We've been working at it. I think it just had to be Coach Mosier, Coach Pays, and Coach Ward. They really help us out. They move stuff around. They do little things that really doesn't change anything for us, but for the defense, it might create a whole new problem, a whole new setup. You know what I mean? Instead of it being an unbalanced front, we move it over to a balance, and then it just screws everything up. But yeah, we've seen a lot of teams start to use it around our area. Not as good as us, but they're getting there. So
hey, that's just amazing. And some of the stats you sent me them earlier. You have 140 tackles going into the playoffs, almost 100 solo tackles. That's crazy. You take pride in getting these stats. Years before we heard that you had close to 200 tackles. Did you hit? Were you?
I
You were
had
close.
189 my sophomore year.
You were so super close to get 200. There was one play that you literally ran 40 yards just to save the tackle. It was one of the best linebacker plays I've ever seen, almost a Fred Warner type of play. Talk to me about your defensive play. You take so much pride in it, and I just love that fact.
Well, that play you're talking about, first of all, I can't believe you remember that. That's pretty cool. But just if you're not going to give 100%, there's not even a point in being on the field. The whole point of the game is to rely on everybody else to give 100% and do everything they can do, to be the best team possible. So, I put that as just we talk about our 111th a lot. Just do your 111th. And if my 111th is making as many tackles as possible, then that's what it is. Because what people don't see is behind 140 tackles is defensive linemen taking up blocks, this guy filling the alley, making him cut back towards me. There's a lot that goes into it instead of just stats, and I think we take pride in that as well. It's not just me with 140 tackles; it's the whole team with 140 stops.
Love hearing that. That just makes you such a great leader. And any coaches out there, we'll get into the next question, but any next level coaches anywhere, this is an all around player. You guys are gonna get a stud if you want him on your team. What's after high school? What are you planning on doing?
I want to play college football.
You want to play college football? You have anywhere in mind? Any?
Yeah, I have a couple places I've been talking to. Recently took a visit. A couple weeks ago, I took a visit to Ohio State. I took one to Grand Valley State. They had a really good game atmosphere versus Ferris State. That was a great game. But yeah, just seeing where things go from here on out. I had a hard time earlier in the year after wrestling. I didn't know what to do, but no, I'm definitely going with football.
You're gonna go the football route? Hey, that's cool. The weight cutting, it's not the best thing to do in the world. It's not great. I'm glad I don't have to do it anymore. Fortunately, you have one more season of doing it, so in college, there's that gap from 97 to heavyweight. So you're either in,
Oh, you got to pick one or the other, and if well, no, you don't pick. Coaches pick for you,
yeah,
and that's even
yeah, it's a lot bad. It's
yeah.
not great. So we're on the topic of wrestling. Last year, you're the state champ. You 190 state champ, Division III. I mean, you dominated that match. I was watching it. I loved every second of it, and you were my favorite celebration ever. It was like you just won a match at a duel at home. You shook kid's hand, raised your hand, shook the other coach's hand, walked off the mat. You didn't. It was class. It was perfect. What was the feeling like winning a state championship in wrestling in the finals at the Schottenstein Center?
Well, I mean, it was obviously exciting. It was a good thing. Good thing for not only me, obviously, but our program too. Um, I don't know. First of all, I was out of breath and I couldn't breathe, so that's probably a reason why I didn't do anything. But I don't know. It's just I don't know. This might sound bad. Wrestling, I don't really get excited over wrestling stuff. So I mean, it was good, but I was more excited for Hunter winning first. I think that pushed me a little bit to really go out there and just do my best. But yeah, I think the big thing was I couldn't breathe. So there's that.
Talk about Hunter. You two had such a close bond. We were able to practice with you guys the day before state last year, and you and Hunter are just super close. Talk to me about Hunter. I mean, Hunter, he's at Kent State, right?
Yeah.
He's doing good at Kent State. He's wrestling there. You don't have him this year, so what's it like without Hunter over the so many years of you guys wrestling together, drilling together, and now it's just you this year?
Well, I do miss him. I see him from now and then. I see him at family gatherings or whatnot. But no, I think he's doing well at Kent State. I can't. I don't think they know if they're redshirting him or not yet. He might start, or might. I don't know what they're doing. They might have wrestle offs or whatever. But he's enjoying Kent State a lot. Not sure what's going to be like come wrestling season because I've wrestled him. I mean, since kindergarten, we've been drill partners and stuff. So it's gonna be really different. But I mean, you got to figure it out one way or another.
So coming into this year, defending state champ, you're moving up a weight class. We talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go 215. You're ranked number 1, which are very respectfully deserved. And with YSN, the newcomer of taking over the wrestling program, we're going to have wrestling rankings. We're going to try and get them out every week, like football and volleyball rankings. And you may see yourself at the top of those rankings a few times over the year. It's going to be special seeing what wrestling can do and what we could do with it in YSN. And I can't wait for such a great year for you. Schottenstein Center. What's it like? No one really understands it when you walk out of that tunnel. You walk down, you see all the 4-time state champs, you see all the 3-time state champs. What's it like walking out of that tunnel?
Well, it is a big change in environment. I remember we didn't have it there my freshman year because of COVID, but my sophomore year, when we got there, I remember walking out for like warm ups. I remember it's so big. It looks like there's almost like a fog in there, like the higher up you look. So I know that especially younger kids, I mean, it's a big difference for them. Not most kids aren't used to wrestling in a place like that. Um, no, but I think it's great that they have it there, and it's a great environment. Really, it makes it worth it, in my opinion.
One of our coaches always said, when you walk out of that tunnel, maybe you can back me up on this, but just look straight. Don't look up. Because when you look up, you can almost tell who's going to win the match and who's going to lose the match. A kid that's locked in, not looking up, looking at the crowd, getting like, oh, crap, I am screwed. But then there's the other kid. Yeah, you just got to stay focused. Don't look up. I remember my junior year, first match ever at the Schottenstein Center. I was wrestling the state champ. I walk out and I'm looking like that. I mean, I am just in la la land over there. It is a whole different level wrestling at the Schottenstein level. All right, so back on the football. I had to talk about my wrestling, but so you guys are 10-0. Talked about this multiple times. What is something you already accomplished or something that you want to accomplish before the football season is over?
Well, something we'd like to accomplish more is one of our goals is always defend home field. So far this year, we've done it. We've been tested. We're going to be tested again this week, and we might be tested again after that week, depending on how a couple games go. So that's definitely something we'd like to close the year off with, saying we're undefeated at home. Then Thanksgiving, obviously, like I talked about earlier. I think that's definitely been our number one goal since the start of the year. We've talked about it since February, January. Yeah, I mean, every game, every game could be the last after that. So just, I mean, enjoy the weeks, enjoy the day practices, the lifts, whatever we got left, and just, I mean, make it all worth it. Go out there and give 100%.
All right, we got the hard interview questions out of the way. We're done with sports. Let's talk about other things. What's some of your favorite things to do? I guess we're talking about sports, but what's some of your things outside of sports that you like to do?
Well, this might kind of have to deal with sports, working out a lot. I started because of football and whatnot, but I mean, I genuinely enjoy working out a lot. I think all my friends do as well. We like to go to Snap Fitness up in town and lift, and it's definitely fun. We go fishing a lot, uh, just drive around with our trucks, mess around. Like to go creeks, walk around creeks, mess around. Just a lot of just like teenage boy dumb stuff we like to do. Not getting in trouble. We're all good, but yeah, hanging out with friends is definitely number one.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't. Some of the stuff I could that we did, I couldn't say over this because then I won't have a job. But having fun with your boys in high school is one of the best experiences ever. And you get to college, guys move away. You don't get to see them that often. It's different. I mean, we were just talking in our group chat today. I mean, they were talking about coming back, watching the state game all together.
Yeah,
It's so different from high school to college. It's no one realizes it, and I'm sure you've been told this. I was told this. It goes by so fast. I'm sure you're thinking at some point this year, like I was a freshman at one point, standing on that sideline, on the field, in the classroom. I was a freshman, and now I'm a senior. I mean, you got what, like probably 3 quarters left. I mean, you guys through your first quarter yet?
yeah. Friday is the last day of our
I
first
mean,
quarter.
yeah,
So
it go. It's. I mean, this year more than any year, it goes so fast, and I'm sure you've been told that 1,000 times, but it just goes by so fast. Embrace every second of it.
what's even worse is you don't realize it until it's
Yeah.
here. I mean, 4 years of
Mm-hmm.
my career, I've been getting told, senior year is going to be here. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
quick. You don't even know what it's like. And like now that I'm here, I can't even like explain it to other people. It's just it's a surreal feeling.
One day you're like, oh crap,
Mhm.
and then you're graduating in a week. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well,
It's it's
we just had a class assembly about cap and gowns and stuff. So I mean it. Yeah.
it's crazy. All right. So all my interviews, I do a thing called rapid fire questions. I ask you questions, and you got to tell them as fast as you can to me. All right.
Yeah. I'll give my best.
All right. What's your favorite type of music?
Country.
Country. Who's your favorite country artist?
George Strait.
George Strait. All right. You're with your boys going to a George Strait concert. Okay. You stop at a gas station. What drink and snack are you getting from that gas station?
Ooh, drink. Probably gonna go with half and half iced tea by Arnold Palmer, and then
Uh-huh.
snack. Oh, it depends. Maybe pretzels or sour. I like Sour Patch Kids a lot. Favorite
Sour
candy.
Patch. Those are
Yeah.
really good. All right.
Mhm.
What's your favorite type of animal?
Animal. Ooh, probably just dog.
All right. You get a genie lamp. You get 3 wishes. What are those 3 wishes?
3 wishes. Probably make everybody healthy in the world. That's probably one.
That's
Um,
my
Probably a good one. Got to start off with some good stuff. Number two would probably be. Oh my gosh, this is a hard question. This isn't a rapid fire question.
All right, all right. I'll change that. I'll make it different. If you had $1 million, okay, you
Mhm.
could buy anything in the world, but you can't get change back for it. What are you buying?
What am I buying? What am I buying? Can I like split it up and spend it on different things, or am I just buying one big thing?
One thing. It could be cars. It could be.
I'm gonna buy the most expensive truck I can buy.
I love that answer. I love that answer.
I'm gonna get
That
everything, huge tires on it, everything that I can possibly get.
accessories out the wazoo.
Yeah, all of it.
That's awesome. Um, Keegan, thank you so much. This has been awesome. Good luck to you in the playoffs. You guys are going to have a far run. It's going to be really exciting to see how you guys do. Wrestling, good luck. I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk to each other. Keegan, Sell, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.